everyone, welcome back. I feel like it's been so long since I've done a makeup tutorial. I can't remember my last one, maybe the Gwen Stefani one, but it's been so long and I was really just kind of in the mood to do a makeup tutorial, and I'm really happy with how this one came out. First of all, I have a really loyal subscriber named Lexi, and she asked me to do a concert makeup tutorial. So she's going to a concert sometime coming up and she wanted a look to go out to a concert, and so my first instinct is always to go to like smoky, edgy, and so I decided to do that, and I also give you guys some tips on ways to make your makeup last throughout the night. So you want your makeup to be sweat proof, you don't want it to be melting off your face if you're dancing and having fun at a concert or whatever. So I show you guys some good primers, some good tips, and it will make your makeup last all night long. So definitely, if you guys are going to an upcoming concert or a night out on the town or something like that, this is a great makeup tutorial for you, and I'm really happy with it. I think like I'm gonna start wearing this look more often. I like the edginess. And also I had a couple people ask me to do a tutorial when I posted my Black Friday haul. They liked my makeup, so this is very similar to that look. I used the same palette. I did go in depth and use a little bit more eyeliner. I think I didn't use eyeliner in that look, and I didn't in this look, but I used something else that I'm going to show you guys in the video. So it's very similar to that look, so I just decided to combine this video into concert makeup and Black Friday haul makeup. Please like this video if you guys like it and enjoy it, and don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down by my name and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. And always feel free to leave comments. I want to hear y'all's feedback on, you know, if you liked it, or if you want to see something else. Please let me know if you want to see other videos. But yeah, if you guys want to achieve this makeup look and see how I got it, then just keep watching. First, I'm going to start by always using my favorite primer ever, which is this MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And I'm just going to apply that onto my eyelids. This is my absolute favorite for sure because it just conceals your veins and any redness that you might have. So I'm just going to take this eye shading brush, it's the E55 by Sigma, and I'm going to go in using the shade Buff. I'm going to be using the Lorac Pro 2 palette. I'm going in with the color Buff. It's just honestly, you don't have to have this palette, it's just what I used. But this is just like a bone colored eyeshadow that I'm setting my primer with. So you can use whatever you have. So I'm going to go ahead and take the color Light Brown from this palette, right here. And I'm just going to take it right in the crease. Make sure you dust it off and always get off the extra product. But I'm just going to kind of make sure that I don't get way too much and just buff it in the crease. And go ahead and just take it on the crease, but also just blend it into the inner corner as well. Like blend it all over. Don't feel like you have to stay out in the outer V. You really want to push it forward and onto the lid as well. The key is to just keep blending, add more if you want to, focusing on the crease down. So you want it on your lid as well. Normally I stick to the outer V, but I'm pulling it in all over the lid. Okay, I normally would take a Morphe M433, but I apparently don't have any clean ones, so I'm gonna be taking my MAC 217, which is a very close dupe. I'm gonna take the shade Nectar on that. It's this nice peachy pink color. Very pretty. And I'm gonna kind of start out in the outer V and then push the product in to the inner corner. It kind of gives a little bit of color, kind of livens it up a little bit. I'm gonna take this Morphe E36 brush and I'm gonna take the color Plum. It's like this nice deep purple shade. And then I'm going to just add it to my crease up here. I'm just deepening up the crease a little bit. I just want it a little bit deeper. Just kind of defining your crease, you know? It's okay if it's a little bit patchy because we're gonna go in and blend that out with another color, so don't worry if it's a little bit patchy. So to blend out this color, I'm going to take the color Cool Gray right here. So I'm going to take that on my MAC 217 and I'm just going to dust it off, and then I'm going to just pat it in the outer V like this, and I'm going to bring it in and blend. So I just want it very cool. It's very cool smoky eye. I want this look very buff and matte. That is the goal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually, instead of using a liquid liner, I'm going to take this black shade right here and I'm gonna take it on my detailed crease brush. This is my M515, one of my favorite Morphe brushes. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add it to this brush. Make sure you definitely tap it off because you don't want any excess fallout, especially black, because black is just the darkest. So you're kind of tight lining right now, so it's very, very close to your lash line, just to kind of give that smoky, sultry effect. It's okay if it's a little bit messy because I'm going to blend it out with a different brush. I'm just applying it with a very, very small brush because I don't want it to be too much. I'm kind of focusing on the outer V of my eye, the outer lash line. I'm gonna kind of bring it out and wing it. This is optional, you don't have to do a little wing, but I kind of wanted to add a little bit of a wing. I'm just blending it. Okay, so it looks just how I want it right now. So I'm pretty much done with the eyeshadow on my eyelids. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up a little bit, and I'm going to use Bioderma right here. I've really been enjoying this a lot. You can use any waterproof eye makeup remover, or like the simple cleansing water is good. I use this to go in with a Q-tip and then clean up my eye. So this step is very important to just clean up. See, look how much product, you can't really see, but look how much product is on that Q-tip that comes off. That's fallout. And this is like a non-rinse kind of solution. So this is why I like this better than like just eye makeup remover, because that I feel like I have to clean off with something else because it'll leave like an oily residue on your face, and this will not. See, look how much product that is. You definitely want to go in and do this step. Don't skip this step. But make sure that you kind of match the end of your brow. You see what I'm kind of doing right there? I've really been enjoying this technique lately, so I wanted to try it out on a tutorial for you guys. So I am going to do a brow bone highlight, and this is one MAC shadow that I'm going to use, and it is Shroom. So I thought this brow bone highlight would look really, really good, and I'm pretty sure I used this in my Black Friday haul video. So I'm just gonna take it on this Morphe M421 brush, and this is a really good brow bone highlight because it's really small. And this is good for actually like glitters and pigments and things if you want to do that on your lid as well, so it's nice and small. So I'm gonna add it to the highest point of my brow bone right here. Just kind of give it a little bit of dimension, a little bit of shimmer. Just since we're doing like a completely matte eye, I just thought maybe I'd add in a little brow bone highlight. So now it's time for my face, and this is also really important when doing concert makeup because you want something that's going to be sweat proof, you want something that's gonna last all night, so it's really important to prime your skin really, really well and make sure that you use a matte foundation. I preferably think you should use a matte foundation depending on your skin type, but I'm really, really dry, but I'm still gonna do a matte foundation. This is definitely the primer that I would use for a concert. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer. It's the smoothing primer. So this is definitely the best because it's smoothing, it's really mattifying. You can also use their mattifying one, but I like something like this. It's gonna stick on the skin. I already put on moisturizer and primer before I started the video, so it's nice and tacky for my skin to work with. This is also a foundation that I would definitely use. I would definitely use this for a concert, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 24-hour foundation. So this is really, really good. I absolutely love this foundation. It's my favorite foundation of all time to this day. And I've been using it for months and months. So I'm in the shade Natural Beige 105. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the back of my hand right here. And I'm going to add in, since I'm so dry, I'm going to be using this Blissful Body Miracle Beauty Oil and Serum. I've talked about this in my December favorites and how I absolutely love it. I just recently got the big bottle and I'm so excited to use it. It's got a massive dropper. So I'm going to add in 2 drops just today because I'm not actually going to a concert, but if I was going to a concert, I'd probably just do 1 drop. I'm using this beauty blender and I'm just blending out this foundation. My favorite concealer of all time, you guys know, is the Urban Decay Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer, and I'm in the shade Light right now. I absolutely love this concealer. It is phenomenal, like amazing. So if you really want to be flawless with your under eyes at this concert, then you need to be using this stuff. Definitely do not skip this next step. I'm gonna set my under eyes with the Kat Von D Shade Light palette, my favorite under eye powder ever. I'm just gonna use my favorite under eye brush, which is my tapered highlighter Sigma brush, my F35. Well, I'm gonna actually set my face with a powder since I am going to a concert and I want everything to be so sweat proof and not move at all. I'm gonna go in with this MAC Mineralize powder in medium plus, and I'm just gonna use one of my brushes to set the face. Next, I'm gonna warm up my face with Nars Laguna bronzer. Alright, so next I'm going to contour and be very skinty tonight. I'm going to be using the Hoola Benefit Bronzer, an oldie but a goodie. And I'm using the Makeup Geek Blush Brush to contour my face. So, look at that. Look at the bronzer. Look at that madness. I'm focusing mainly out here and just dragging out after I don't have as much product on. I like to take excess product and work it in my jawbone. I'm gonna go in with highlighter before blush. I've really been liking just going in with highlighter beforehand because it makes it look more blended when you go in with blush afterwards. I'm gonna be using, of course, the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Glow Palette. Absolutely love these, best highlighters of all time, honestly. I'm gonna mix all three of them together. Do a little bit on the nose, that is totally optional. A little bit in between my brows. I'm gonna use my favorite MAC blush, one of my favorite blushes of all time by MAC, and it is Melba, and I'm gonna mix it with Peaches. I'm gonna mix both of these together. I love MAC blushes because they have like no fallout. I mean, they do have a little tiny bit, but they have just a very, very slight amount of fallout, and they're still very pigmented at the same time. Very high quality. That's when you know they're very high quality. Now it's time to bake! What I'm gonna do is I just kind of tapped off some of that powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Phew. So this is my favorite setting powder of all time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bake under my contour because I'm gonna sharpen it up. It just looks a lot more clean and sharp when you clean up your contour, and I've been obsessed with it lately. So I'm just kind of adding it on my beauty blender and then tapping it onto my face. You can kind of see. And then later, we'll let it sit for a while, we'll let it bake, and then we will dust it off. I'm going to just take my Morphe M515 and I'm going to add the shade Light Brown to this. Just always, I basically use the same colors down on the bottom, unless I'm doing something crazy. And then I'm gonna add the color Cool Gray. And I'm gonna mix it with Plum. Cool Gray, Plum, mixing those together on the same brush and just kind of focusing on the outer V. I'm gonna take this Morphe M507 brush, it's kind of a tapered blender, and then I'm gonna just go in and just kind of blend that out. Mix all those colors together. Since this look is very edgy and smoky and sultry, I decided I wanted to go with a black eyeliner, a pencil liner for my waterline. You definitely want to pick a liner that is like very, very long wearing. Like I picked this Estee Lauder Pure Color Intense Kajal eyeliner, black and black. So I haven't actually used this one before, it's new. It's staying put. Like when I put it on my hand, it's not going anywhere. It's super dark, super pigmented. I just hardly ever wear black pencil liner, so I don't really have that many, so I have this one, just being honest with you guys. But I think it looks really, really good with this look. I'm trying to mix up my looks and just kind of go out of my comfort zone, using more cool colors, making cool colors look really good on my skin, even though I think warm colors only look good on me. But I'm really trying to branch out and do some more things in the new year. I mean, it's good timing, but just in general, it really helps if you want to use your brush for your under eyes to kind of open up your eye if you don't want to mess up your under eyes. You see how pigmented that is? I mean, it is just so pigmented. It really darkens it up, you can kind of see. I think the thing that scares me a little bit is that it kind of closes your eyes a little bit. It kind of encloses them a little bit to do the darker colors on your waterline, and that's why I do nude colors, because it opens your eyes more. But you know what? Why not try some different things? Like branch out and try something else. Like it's okay if your eyes look a little smaller, you know? I don't want my channel to be boring and repetitive. I want to be stepping out of my comfort zone, doing different things, doing newer things, and I still think this looks really, really good. I just did something different, so I'm a fan of it. I really like it. I just did my brows and I put on some lashes. As far as brows, just do brows however you're comfortable with doing brows. It's not really anything different for me. That's why I don't film it all the time, just because brows are brows. Like you can't really get creative and like put colorful rainbows in your brows unless you want to. I mean, hey. I went ahead and used the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. Use whatever mascara you like. I'm gonna go ahead and dust this crazy stuff off my face really quick. So it has been baking. I say bake for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Next step is adding lashes. I wanted to do something a little bit more subtle. Just because I have such a dark smoky eye right now, I don't want to cover it all up with lashes. So I'm using something that's still beautiful but not over the top. I'm going to use some oldie but goodies, my favorite of all time drugstore lashes at the moment, and it's the Ardell Wispies. You can kind of see right here. These are the Wispies compared to the House of Lash Iconics. So you can see the drama, and I just feel like these are going to look way better than the Iconics, just because they're just not as intense, and you can, like, this would just cover up my whole eye. Like I want people to see the actual artwork. I'm gonna show you guys how to apply these lashes just in case maybe you're going out to a concert and you don't ever wear lashes and you're just, it's a special occasion. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys and not run through it too fast because I want you guys to know how to put them on. I know it can be tricky as people are scared to put on lashes just because it's just not something that you do very often a lot of times, and I've started to wear them a lot more, so I get better at putting them on. And let's say if you've used them before and you're reusing them, make sure you take off any extra glue that's on the rim. I use just some basic tweezers. I don't even know, they're like half broken, but I love them for lashes for some reason. I don't know why. So I'm going to use the House of Lash lash glue, and this is great for this occasion just because this lash glue literally makes your lashes like hard. It's kind of actually hard to get them off. That's how good this lash glue is. So I like this glue, but I kind of don't like it at the same time because it literally will stay on my eyes for forever. A lot of people don't have that issue, but I do for some reason, just I don't really know why. But anyway, so what you're doing is you just literally put this lash glue on the very tip of the lash line of this lash. So don't add way too much, but you know, add a significant amount. But don't add way too much. Let it dry for 20 seconds. So it's like gonna be a little tacky. So just when you're waiting, you're letting it dry, it gets a little tacky and it's easier to work with the lashes at this point. Once it's been 20 seconds, you get them ready and you make sure that they're, you know, in the right spot. I make sure that the very tip of the inner corner going this way doesn't go past like this point of my eye. Like you don't want it right here because it's gonna irritate your eye all night. It's gonna be poking your eye and you're gonna literally wanna rip them off. So make sure that they're far enough, and you might even have to cut them to adjust to your eye shape. I didn't have to cut these, but I usually go in right here, no further in. So you just kind of do it very slowly, lay them in, and make sure you get them as close to your lash line as possible. So there we go. I'm gonna scoot them down just a little bit. I don't want them too close. I'm going to just make sure that they're just as close to my lash line as possible. A lot of times I just get the tweezers and I push them down like this, flatten them out, because you want them to blend in seamlessly with your natural eyelashes. You don't want them to be obviously fake. I've done my hair, I have my lashes on and everything. So now it's time for lips, and I decided to pick a couple different options, just colors that I thought that would flatter this eye look. And so I'm gonna go ahead and actually put them all on and show you guys what they look like on with the eyes, and you guys can pick whichever one you like the most with your skin tone, with your hair, whatever you think goes best with you. So I think all of these look good and they're all different, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put them on and show you guys. We'll kiss the sky goodnight. Just go away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just go away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. Last step I want you guys to know actually before we go is you need to lock in your look with a setting spray. So my absolute favorite for something going out on the town, something that I know is always gonna work and never fail me, is gonna be the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. So it's long lasting, it says.